Good morning and welcome to your pre-market report for Wednesday, 10th June 2026. Let's take a quick look at the global cues, domestic trends and stocks to watch before the markets open. US markets closed mixed on Tuesday, with the Dow Jones rising approximately 0.2%, while the S&P 500 declined approximately 0.3%, and the Nasdaq Composite fell approximately 1.0%. Renewed selling in AI and semiconductor stocks weighed on technology shares, although lower oil prices and easing treasury yields helped limit broader market losses. Asian markets are trading mostly negative today, with the Nikkei losing over 1%, while the Kospi fell over 3%, and the Hang Seng remained subdued. Investor sentiment remains cautious after renewed weakness in U.S. technology and semiconductor stocks overnight, although lower crude oil prices, stable bond yields, and optimism around regional economic growth are helping limit downside across Asian equities. GIFT Nifty futures as of 8 a.m. was trading at 23,248, thereby indicating a flat to negative opening for the Indian markets today. Crude oil prices are trading slightly lower as easing concerns over immediate supply disruptions in the Middle East and softer demand expectations have triggered mild profit booking, although geopolitical uncertainties continue to provide underlying support. Gold prices are trading steady with a slight positive bias, supported by safe haven demand and expectations that major central banks could begin easing monetary policy later this year, while a stable US dollar is limiting stronger gains. Hinduja Global Solutions has launched Project Gangja, an initiative aimed at bringing high-speed broadband connectivity to over 20 lakh homes across Uttar Pradesh over the next 2 to 3 years. The project follows an MOU signed with the Uttar Pradesh government and partners, highlighting the company's growing focus on digital infrastructure and broadband expansion. Dixon Technologies, through its subsidiary Dixon Electroconnect, has partnered with Gemtech Technology to establish a new joint venture focused on telecom equipment manufacturing. Dixon will hold a 60% stake in the venture, which will produce optical transceivers, SFPs, BOSA modules, and other telecom products, supporting India's growing telecom and digital infrastructure ecosystem. HDFC Bank received a legal relief after the Bombay High Court dismissed an interim application filed by the Lilavati Kirtilal Mehta Medical Trust in a 1,000 crore rupee defamation case. The plea sought to restrain the bank and its CEO, Sashidhar Jagdishan, from making allegedly defamatory statements, and the court's decision removes an immediate legal overhang in the matter. Given the mostly negative cues in the global markets, Nifty is expected to open mostly flat with a negative bias. Levels will remain the same as what we mentioned in yesterday's post-market report, with supports being at 23,120 followed by 22,955, while resistances will be at 23,260 followed by 23,400. A negative bias may be expected at open with a possibility of witnessing a recovery close to 23,100 levels. The index is likely to be range-bound unless sudden external cues affect the market. Persistent geopolitical tensions in the Middle East, elevated crude oil prices, despite the recent pullback, uncertainty over the timing of U.S. Federal Reserve rate cuts, higher global bond yields, inflation concerns, and continued volatility in FII flows remain key risks for Indian markets, potentially weighing on investor sentiment, currency stability, and equity valuations. Stable to lower crude oil prices, resilient domestic institutional buying, continued government spending on infrastructure and digital connectivity, strong corporate earnings momentum, growth in telecom and manufacturing investments, and improving global risk sentiment could support Indian equities and help offset external market volatility. Yesterday, foreign institutional investors were net sellers of about 4,566 crore rupees, while domestic institutional investors were net buyers of around 6,159 crore rupees. That's your market snapshot for India on June 10, 2026. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for stock market related updates. Wishing you a focused and profitable trading session ahead.